Welcome to the Great Man Within podcast. Every episode is designed to help you discover and live the great man within you. I'd like to caution you to some of the serious side effects of doing deep inner work in your life. Doing deep inner work may lead to disenchantment with living a safe and predictable life. It may lead to a budding desire for adventure, freedom, and forging a life of purpose. It may lead to a rebellion against the invisible shackles that are keeping your life small. It may lead to a euthanization of that Mr. Nice Guy that shows up way too often in your life. It may lead to a reclamation of the inner wild man who's been beating his chest, waiting for you to let him out of his cage. It may lead you to having the audacity to dream bigger than what others believe possible. It may lead you to bring conscious endings to that which no longer serve you in business, in relationship, in other areas of your life. It may lead you to declaring new beginnings and new adventures that both electrify and frighten you. It may lead you to standing tall for something in this world and building a life of meaning and fulfillment. Those are some of the side effects, the serious side effects of doing deep inner work. And you need to know what you're signing up for, especially if you've just gotten word of this podcast. Now, one of the things I also like to do is I like to make other people aware of the man who's doing inner work. And I have this little thing I call, beware of the man doing inner work. For he thinks for himself. The man doing inner work is unswayed by peer pressure. He is unshakable in his resoluteness when he makes a decision. He bucks trends and abhors the status quo. The man doing inner work is unperturbed by the criticism of others. And he holds impossibly high standards, which he himself keeps. The man doing inner work tells you the truth about how you're showing up in your life. The man doing inner work forges an adventurous, unpredictable life of his own design. And he is not opposed to civilization, but he himself is unbound by it. And the man who is doing inner work becomes irresistibly fuckable. Gentlemen, if you are a man doing the inner work, and by the very nature of listening to this podcast, you already are, you need to be aware of the side effects and who you are becoming as a man. Last week, I did an episode of finding the courage to dream bigger. I believe it was episode number 185, where I talked about how it takes courage, it takes balls to be the man, the first man amongst his group of friends, amongst his family who steps forward to do this work. Because most people in your life are satisfied with the status quo, or at least they think they are. They're not quite ready to buck that trend because it takes courage to step away from what you've always known, from what's comfortable in the habitualness of your life, to actually leave behind a lot of the things that you've built, to admit that what you have centered your life around, whether it's the work or some of the relationships or the things that you've held most important, are no longer satisfying to you and that you're ready to step away from them. That takes balls because in the short term, that means sometimes letting go of what you've built. It means enduring the pain of change. It means exposing yourself to criticism from others who don't understand why you can't just be happy honoring the unspoken contract that you've built with them. I've seen so many men who have stepped forward towards this work and been ridiculed by their families, teased by their friends for doing this strange shit that they don't understand. And it's not your job to look down upon them as being unenlightened because they're the men, they're the families who brought you up to this point. You are still one of them and will be in some respect. But your job is to not let that deter you, to hear them, hold a space of compassion for them, and potentially an invitation that you can extend to them either now or in the future to join you on this journey. And as I said last week, some people will and others won't. But for you, as a man doing the deep inner work, this is your path to forge, because you know that living a life of your own design is the only way that you're going to feel that sense of, I am living my fullest potential. To make sure that that definition of hell, of ending up at the end of your life, where the man that you became meets the man you could have become, never materializes. That man who you could have become is that great man within you. And that's why every episode, especially these solo episodes that I talk about or that I do the introduction for, every episode is designed to help you discover and live that great man within you. So on a daily basis, you can feel a sense of engagement, purpose, and meaning in your life in the now. Which is why I have an invitation for you to join myself and a group of other men from around the world who are doing inner work, living a life of their own design, to join us on Wednesday, December the 16th, for a period of 90 minutes to design the next year of your life in the year of 2021. Do you have the audacity to believe that the year 2021 could be the most meaningful, fulfilling, prosperous, and purpose-driven year of your life? Do you have the guts to believe that? Because I'll tell you, it's a choice that you get to make to bring that into being and then to create that through a series of consistent actions, habits, patterns, and believing that it's possible. Beyond believing, knowing. You see, most people are going to be limping to the finish line of 2020 because this year has been a 2x4 to the back of the head. Many of us have been hit by Mack trucks. And it's easy to fall into that trap of, you know what, I just hope next year is kind of okay compared to this year. No. The men in our community are taking the bull by the horns, and we're the ones who are deciding that next year, because we say it's going to be, is going to be the most meaningful, fulfilling, and prosperous year of our life, purpose-driven year of our lives. And not just saying it, doing the work, putting in the actions to make sure that it happens on the daily basis. And you are invited for a 90-minute session on Wednesday, December the 16th, for us to design the next year of our lives together. And you're going to contemplate what experiences you would want to have next year that would deliver upon that promise. You're going to think about what skill sets that you need to develop in order for that to come true. You're going to think about what relationships in your life that you need to deepen or to forge for the first time, or some of the relationships that you need to leave behind that are not helping you, that are holding you back. By the end of our 90 minutes together, you're going to be choosing one area of your life that's ready to be taken to the next level in the year of 2021. We're going to be going through an exercise where you get to unpack where you have been in this year of 2020 to highlight all of the insights, all of the growth and development that you have experienced up to this point in the year of 2020. And I'm going to give you two steps, a two-step process to help you design the next year of your life. And the bonus is that you're going to have a chance to meet some of these other guys from around the world who are doing this inner work, because we're going to be using Zoom as a platform, and Zoom has breakout rooms where I'm going to be asking you questions that you and other men are going to be plopped into small breakout groups where you can ask each other questions, push each other forward, share your stories, and get to know the community of men that is a few hundred men strong right now in our Facebook group, right? The Great Man Within Podcast Facebook group. But we'll soon be growing to thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions, and then eventually we will bring this to 10 million men. It's a done deal. You better believe that. Be one of the early guys who can be part of laying the bricks of this foundation. So if you're ready to design the most meaningful, fulfilling, prosperous, purpose-driven year of your life, then go to thegreatmanwithin.com Or in the show notes, you can click on the link that I provided there so that you can register for that workshop on December 16th. I've also included the link to join the men's only Facebook group where there are hundreds of men around the world that are doing this deep inner work. Caution, when you get swept up into a group like this that's so high performing and doing this work and is super supportive of helping you get to that next level, things in your life will begin to change in the best of ways. Just be ready for it. And then finally, this is your opportunity to invite another man who has the potential, who you see as ready to start taking command of his own life, to join you for this experience, this workshop on designing the next year of your life. Give him the gift of seeing greater power and purpose and potential in his life so that he can too make 2021 the most meaningful, fulfilling, prosperous year of his life. Who is the one man that you can invite to join you on this journey that maybe a year from now, he can look back and say, dude, that invitation that you gave me set off a series of events in my life that have made me a better man. Thank you for being that cause in my life. Who's the man that you can invite into this, and invite him today? We'll see all of you, you and your brothers, on Wednesday, December 16th to design the next year of your life.